JD, welcome to the show, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. I think I mentioned you coming on the show before I even started the fucking thing.
Yeah,
It was like, I'm starting the podcast, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad because it's like we're close and we're trying to figure it out. With
I mean, we're
work.
not that. I mean, we're close, but I mean, what, 6.5 hours took you?
Yeah.
I mean, still, it's a drive.
It's a
jaunt.
jaunt.
It's a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
You know, so appreciate you coming down, but I think we met through BAM, right?
Yeah.
I was on, and then you were a guest.
Yeah.
We kind of connected that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I mean, your story was amazing. That was a great podcast on BAM's, and
Yeah, thanks.
thank you, BAM, for having us.
Yeah. Look,
making connections.
BAM's always making shit happen.
Yeah,
dude.
he is.
It's good, man. It's good. So, real quick background: served in the Army.
Yep.
Couple deployments.
Yeah, 2 deployments.
2 deployments. 18 years as a cop, just outside Boston area.
Yeah.
Testicular cancer.
Yep.
Moved to your lungs.
Yep.
Moved to your brain.
Yep.
Climbed to the base camp of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
On one lung.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you started the nonprofit Thin Blue Ride, which helps first responders and military personnel who are diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
And you're the author of Beyond Survival.
Correct.
What am I missing? Am I missing anything?
Well,
I'm missing something.
I'll go. Yeah, it spread to the brain twice,
Yeah.
and then I had. I could get into the lung thing, and
Yeah,
the
we'll get
cancer
into
stuff. All right.
it. So you grew up where you worked at, right outside Boston.
Yeah, so it was an hour outside of Boston, right in
Yeah.
the middle of Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Worcester, second largest city. I grew up in Leicester, which is a small town next to it that nobody hears of. We had like one red light in the middle of town, and I think our first commercial business was a Subway, like when I was in high school. So nothing huge in that town.
I think mine was like a TCBY. Do you remember that? The country's best yogurt.
Oh, yeah,
remember
yeah.
that place?
Yeah.
I think we had like a TCBY when I was a kid.
Yeah, so there wasn't much going on in Leicester. I grew up typical,
Yeah.
building forts in the woods, going fishing,
Yeah.
riding my snowmobile to school.
Yeah.
Only time I was early for school.
So, was it military right out of high school?
I always wanted to join the military.
Yeah.
I worked for a family business. My father had a steel fab shop. So I grew up middle school. I had to lie about my age to go on job sites and stuff. My dad's like, tell everyone you're 18. So I would go work and do construction during the summer.
Yeah.
Because initially I was like, I want to save up for a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
And I'd work. And then by that time I was like, oh, I might as well just save up for a car. So I'd work for my dad when it wasn't, sports or football season. Then always wanted to join the military. And the catalyst was 9/11.
Yeah.
So I was working for my dad that summer. No college plans. I was just, I'm going to work, because when you work blue collar, like that's money in hand at the end of the week.
Yeah, right.
And it's good money. So 9/11 happened, and I told myself, that's what I want to do. I need to serve something, higher than myself. Signed up for the Army, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go all in. So I went reserves. So if you ever want to join the military and you're not sure if you're going to like it,
Yeah.
you could go reserve. And then you could put in to go active duty. If you go active duty and hate it, you're stuck for your contract.
Yeah, right. There's no coming out now.
Yeah. So I went reserve. I wanted to drive cool Army trucks. And that was 9/11 happened. I was in October in basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. And after that, went to the job training and then back home to work for my dad, drilling 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks
Yeah.
a year. We were in until, I drilled at my unit until January, and then we get a phone call. I remember I was at my parents' house. We were watching We Were Soldiers, and I get the phone call, hey, bring all your stuff to the unit. Like, we're getting deployed.
Just like
As
that.
I'm watching We Were Soldiers, I'm like, oh, shit.
And then,
okay.
And then how long from the phone call to the deployment?
So our unit was supposed to go to Turkey. And with the reserves, it's different. So everyone's not like ready to go. Like a tier 1 unit is ready to go at the drop of a hat.
Right, yeah.
And then with active duty, they're always training and keeping up. Essentially in the Army, you're always training for stuff.
Yeah.
But when you get activated, you need to get your paperwork in order. You need to get medical squared away,
process.
dental squared away, your power of attorney if you need one. There's a lot of stuff. Then you need to qualify for certain things. Like we had to requalify on weapons. Then we took classes with, about the Middle East.
Yeah.
So that was a 2-month training period, pre-deployment. And we were in Fort Drum, New York in January, February, part of March. So it was absolutely, it was so cold that the fuel was gelling up and freezing in our trucks.
God, dude.
And we're out, we're still doing morning PT, running. We had our desert goggles on because it was a blizzard. I'm like, this is so Army. It's not even funny. Like, it's so stupid.
This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. And then we were supposed to go to Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey didn't want us, meaning they didn't want the U.S. military there.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Kuwait. Then when we got to Kuwait, our unit needed volunteers to go up north to Iraq. Of course, I raised my hand. I'm like, hey, this is why I came here.
Yeah, always volunteer in the military.
Yeah, exactly. I think there was probably 15 or 20 guys. We hopped in the back of a 5-ton pickup with no cargo net for shade.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was a long drive, and we were, driving through the desert, 20 years old. Like, all right, this is real.
Yeah.
And Kuwait has money. Like, if you're a Kuwaiti citizen, they pay you to be a Kuwaiti citizen with all the oil they have and everything.
Yeah.
So we're driving through and we see, nice cars, there's a highway, whatever. And then we get to Iraq and we're on the border and we're seeing guys coming south and we're looking how banged up they are. We had our chemical suits on the whole time, which was not fun.
Brutal.
It was 120 degrees or so and it was humid in Kuwait too.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we get to the border, everyone's taking their chem suits off. And then we hit the first village and we go through the DMZ. This car's on fire. Like I was there March 24th in theater, so in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Then about a week later in Iraq. And right before that happened, that's when what's her name? She got captured. Their convoy.
Was it
yeah.
Jen something? I
What's
know
that?
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Can't think of her name now.
So her convoy got ambushed.
Yeah.
Her whole unit got killed, pretty much except for her.
Yeah. Was it Jen Lynch? Was that it?
Jessica Lynch.
Jessica Lynch. Was that
Yes.
it?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe she does speaking now too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. You should get her on the podcast.
So I remember hearing that, like on our at the end of every day.
Yeah.
In country, they give you like a, op order of what happened throughout the country, and like that was one of them. Like, oh, okay, like transportation unit got captured, and we're going up there. Like,
you're like, oh,
awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went up. We went up to this place called Camp Cedar 1, which is, I think it was a logistical mess up. Like it was just middle of nowhere, south of Talil Air Base.
Yeah.
Then we did missions every day to Baghdad Airport. We went all over the country, which was kind of cool. We got to see different FOBs.
Were you running like supplies?
So we were fuel transportation.
Okay, it's fuel. Yeah.
So we did JP8, which is diesel, and they use it as jet fuel.
Yeah.
Put it in the Humvees, put it in everything is diesel, pretty much.
So you guys are a target.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some of our trucks get hit. Guys in our convoy, bullets would hit.
Yeah.
Fuel would be coming out. But it would be more dangerous with the fumes. So we would run, when we download our fuel, we would empty the top hatch to let the air circulate. We got lucky. We did missions almost every day. And we went all over the country. Guys in front of us would get hit. Guys behind us would get hit. Then came home. And then in 2005, 2006. So 2003 was my deployment. Came back at the end of 2003. Then it went back again in 2005, 2006. And it was a completely different war. IEDs were a thing.
Yeah.
We were getting...
Oh, yeah, because you were there early before all that was going on.
Yeah, we were like Wild West, dude.
Yeah.
Like Iraq in 2003 was nuts.
Yeah.
Like we had a Humvee with no doors. I was a saw gunner, a machine gunner.
Yeah.
It shoots like the 5.56 belt-fed machine gun, 200-round belt. And I'd take an MRE box and flip it on its side. So I'd sit on that. And we had a piece of plywood on the top of the Humvee and MREs ratchet strapped to the roof. And like I'd have the bipod up and I'd be like behind the gun, like, okay, this is about as
dude.
Army as it gets.
Yeah.
And then, we'd sleep on the trucks.
Yeah.
And, it was 20 years old. I'm like, dude, I'm sitting behind this machine gun doing missions in Iraq. I'm like, this ain't bad. And then 05, 06, we weren't doing as many missions because I remember the first time we were going out of the gate, and this time we had up armor, and it was raining. It was a wet season, and they were like, oh, MSR is red, or like whatever, the military supply route, like medevac can't fly, so that means they can't get casualties, so stand down on the mission.
Oh, man.
And then I'm sitting in the turret with the 50 cal, and I'm like, man, remember that whole thing? If it ain't raining, it ain't training. I'm like, that's all crap. I'm like, if it's raining next time, we're standing down. So that was a different mission, but I feel like there was more convoys together because there'd be certain time periods that convoys could leave the gate, and you never want to be the first one because that's the guys that hit IEDs.
Right.
But sometimes we'd be the first one, and we'd have a breakdown, so you wait, and then another convoy passes you, and then they get hit. It was wild. Like, we got so lucky.
What's the most memorable story that you got from that, you think?
I'd say 03. I was leaving Baghdad Airport, and I remember I was supposed to be in my buddy's wedding, but they weren't sending anybody home unless you were having a kid.
Yeah.
We had no leave or anything then. And I remember thinking to myself, like, oh man, I would have been at my buddy's wedding last night, or it was either the night of or the day after, thinking like, oh, I'd probably be hungover right now. And in Iraq, there is a lot of vegetation, and it was like this highway. We went under a bridge, and it's kind of like the on and off ramps.
Yeah.
And I just remember this tall grass and seeing these flashes like from gunfire coming from kind of like inside where the on and off ramp is.
Yeah.
And my gun was facing out the front. And at that time I had a flip up windshield. So I had my saw on the front. And then all of a sudden I go to turn, and I was going to knee on the seat so I could get a good like line of sight. And right when I was about to pull the trigger, a Humvee came by. So they were already in contact with somebody else. And I didn't know that. Like, we're just driving in our convoy. So I see the flashes, I turn, and I go to shoot, and a Humvee came in the breakdown lane next to me, and there was a soldier in the turret. And I'm like, dude, if I fired,
oh my God,
that would have been blue on blue. So, and I put the gun down, and I didn't say anything. My buddy's driving. And this was a little ways into the deployment, and never fired a shot.
Yeah.
And I think in my head, I was upset that I had an opportunity to like do so, do something, what we're here to do. But then all of a sudden I'm like, if I did that, that would have been
really bad.
So bad. And I'm glad I had that hesitation instead of just pray and
hesitation,
spray. And I was like, dude, that was wild
too, right?
Yeah. So. I mean, there was plenty of times I remember having my gun on people on bridges, because bridges were the choke points for us. Excuse me. They were putting piano wire across, so that would hit the gunners that they drive under. They'd put,
Jesus.
I mean, they were doing like Vietnam style stuff, like wrapping a grenade in a elastic band, put it in fuel. So it was like pretty rudimentary, like IEDs, and then they started using cell phones and all that other stuff, and more in like 05.
Everything.
Yeah. So then and then 05, 06, one time I found an IED because this road was like Swiss cheese, and we had these trucks, and they were just getting banged up. So we're like, let's drive off the road. And we were driving next to a berm, and the berm was, I don't know how high, but the driver and TC, the passenger, couldn't see what was over it.
Yeah.
But as the gunner, I was up another like 6 feet, and there was a berm that went miles long. And I saw this, it looked like a grave, like a dug up grave. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I see this like cone shaped 155 round. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hey, stop. There's an IED. Well, so we called it, we stopped the convoy. And we were working with a field artillery unit out of Fort Bragg. So we did gun trucks as that mission. and they called it up. And I was at E5 at the time, and there was a staff sergeant running the convoy. I'm like, hey, Sergeant Daige, looks like an IED here. They call it up, and they said, all right, well, EOD could be anywhere from 3 hours to 13 hours away. And we're like, dude, we're going to sit here and we've already been on the road for a couple hours. I mean, sometimes when we drive, it would be a couple hours on the high end. We'd be in the truck for like 16 hours.
God.
Like driving. And so the staff sergeant is like, hey, Sergeant Daige, you want to shoot that thing? I'm like, yeah. So,
all right, fuck it.
So I get the 50 cal, and the 50 cal is a butterfly handle.
Yeah.
And usually when you're standing in the turret, the 50 cal handle's like here.
Yeah.
So you could be like, start firing that thing. That thing's awesome. So the thing's here, and I'm like, well, if you could see the bomb could see you. So I started getting low, and it has these old iron sights on it. So I'm like trying to eyeball it.
Yeah.
And just pull the trigger, poof, and the whole truck moves. Poof, poof. And then all of a sudden it hits it and it spins. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, let me hit it again just to be sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe less than 100 yards away.
Yeah.
And shoot it again. And then nothing happens. And like a bunch of 20-year-old soldiers, we drive up to it.
Get closer.
And then I get in the hatch. I'm like, I'm not stupid.
This is genius.
So I get in the hatch, and then one of the active duty guys, he had a 60, the machine gun, and he just, we were like 10 yards away at this time. Boom, thing goes off. And we're like, all right, let's get out of here. It's not a problem anymore.
Oh my God.
I was like, man, that was stupid.
A little closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. But yeah, and we, I think we were safe because we stayed vigilant. Like I was a gunner. I went there to be a gunner. So I'd be in the turret the whole time. We'd see some convoys going, and their 50 cal, their gunner would be in the truck, and the 50 cal would be, flying in the sky. So they would, there's always eyes on us. You can see from miles away. So if you see a convoy of nobody in the gun, or if you see a convoy where dudes are in the 50, like staggered and looking at rooftops and scanning, like which one are you going to hit? Mm. So we got lucky. We didn't get any ambushes or anything because we stopped a lot because there'd be breakdowns, there'd be IEDs, so we'd have to wait.
It's always something.
There'd be something crazy going on all the time. Trucks burning up, so you'd have to let all the ammo blow off before you drive by it type thing. So, yeah, that was probably the two most memorable of the two deployments.
Golly.
And then came home, worked for my dad doing construction for a couple months, and then right into the police academy.
Damn, that was a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get on the academy. What's funny is I got the letter to go to the police academy 3 days before I left for Iraq. So I had to go to JAG, the military lawyers, and I had my dad as a power of attorney so he could sign my signature so the city could save my spot as a cop. Ah. So if you're deployed, they could hold your spot.
Yeah.
There was an academy that went on, so I missed that academy. But then my dad started going to like the recruit things. And if you've ever been to those, it's all these recruits in suits and they're kind of getting yelled at, but not. And like, this is what we do. And you got to do this, sign this piece of paper. And then my dad just shows up and like, yeah, I don't have a pen. Everyone's like, who the hell is this guy? Is this guy going to be a cop? Attorney. Yeah. So, so he did all the paperwork, which is great. So when I came home, I was locked in for the next academy.
That's good.
And it's a waiting game. Like everyone's like, oh, you a cop yet? It's like, dude, no, I got to wait for a PT test. I got to wait for my background check. I got to wait for this. I got to wait for this. And for me, being in the military, I don't believe anything until it happens.
Yeah, right.
Like until it's day 0 of academy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like until you have orders in your hand.
Yeah.
Because that stuff could disappear real quick.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It's gone.
So, yeah, I did the academy. Academy was tough for me because I took all crap classes in high school where it was all like, gym class, video 1, video 2, doing burnouts in my Camaro. Like,
I took
super
like construction and like wood shop.
Yeah.
Auto mechanics.
Yeah. And, it was great. But then when I started to have to study mass law, comm law, all that stuff, then it was a grind.
Oh, yeah.
So me and my buddy, he's actually in Secret Service now. He transferred over. And we would just be dumb as rocks. We'd go to Barnes & Noble just to get out of the house,
Yeah.
study, hang out, drink some coffee.
Did your department have their own academy?
Yeah, we did 6 months academy.
Okay, yeah.
We have our own in-house academy. They're pretty good. We exceed the state minimum for everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, I mean, I enjoyed the PT part and the shooting part, of course.
Evoc.
Yeah, EVOC. It's funny, my uncle was an EVOC instructor with the state police.
Yeah.
So there's a video he sent me a few weeks ago, and it showed that's when state police and Mass got their new Chargers.
Yeah.
So we had a small academy of like 14 because it was based off of promotions and retirements. Usually the class is like 30. So Trooper Daige is up there and he goes, all right, everyone knows I have ties to your academy class, and we're going to let Recruit Daige drive something a little better than these old Crown Vics. And he had a brand new Charger. And they're recording it, and the guys are laughing. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Special privilege.
And they pulled the Charger away, and it was a little pink bicycle with training wheels and like tassels in the basket. So they made me put on a hat, a bike helmet with a siren. I put my radio in the front of the bike, and the bike like almost flipped over. And they made me chase the Charger in the pink bike.
That is genius.
It was hilarious.
That's a good one, dude.
And I was just like, I got to fail you to stop up at the airport,
still have the
like
video
pedaling.
of it?
Yeah, it's so funny,
We'll have to
dude.
see if
I
we
can
can
send
put
it
it
to
on
you.
here. That'd be freaking hilarious, dude.
Of course, it's like the VHS.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're
whatever
right.
it was.
It's a long time
Or the
ago,
little,
yeah.
whatever mil video it is.
That's hilarious, dude.
It's so funny. But like, you got to have a sense of humor.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, dude. We had stuff like that in the academy, too, like the little haze and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. It's fun to look back at, you know?
Yeah.
So you go to the academy, get out, and you go patrol, I guess?
No, well, you go patrol for 2 weeks for like your field training.
Yeah.
But with us, we have a big department. So we have service division
Yeah.
and operations, gang unit, vice squad, DB, special crimes,
Yeah.
licensing, all that stuff. So when I graduated, I think only like nobody made it to the street. Everyone was stuck in service division. So we had to be at the front desk, answer phones, do the court paperwork. And then the guys in the basement, which I like to do, we drive the paddy wagon.
Oh, so you don't have to go to the road right away.
We wanted to, but it's all a bid.
Okay.
And if you're a junior guy,
But eventually you'll get there.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So me and my buddies were stuck there for three and a half years.
No shit.
Some other guy, like I didn't graduate top of the class, so I was like towards the end, right?
Damn.
So my buddy, like he went to Duke University. He was number one in the class. And he got on the road sooner because every so often there's bids and you
Yeah.
put like, hey, I want first half, like 3 to 11 operations, which is patrol.
Yeah. It depends on what comes open.
Yeah. And you can't get bumped based on our union.
Yeah.
So all our guys, we worked in the cell room. So we would pick up prisoners. We'd fill up the back of the wagon. We'd put them in a holding tank. They'd be handcuffed. We would process them, fingerprint them, picture them, put them in a cell. We'd have 24 cells in the back of the station.
Damn.
We'd have juvenile cells. We'd have female cells. We had a woman matron who would deal with the female prisoners, or if we had a female officer. And it was pretty chill. Like we'd have a little crappy break room.
Yeah.
We'd go pick up Red Box. We'd go pick up sandwiches.
Red box.
Yeah, and like, so like when it wasn't busy, like we were
Yeah.
just chilling. And then when it was busy, we'd book 24 prisoners in 8 hours.
Damn.
Like
So you were
it was-
doing that for like 3 years?
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
working with the guys was fun,
Yeah.
but like
you
you're
wanna
not
get out in the
like
street
you're not
and be a
doing cop stuff.
Yeah, you want to be out on the street.
So, and that humbled me as a cop because when I get on the road, I remember booking 24 prisoners a night,
Yeah.
like on the high end. And then the quality of life arrest would be like, yeah, I was just changing my brakes. And
Yeah.
in the city, some people don't have driveways. So they're changing their brakes on the city street,
Yeah.
having a beer. And then these cops would come around and lock them up, be like, open container.
Yeah.
But we also, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like a jerk move to lock somebody up working on their car. But we used to have this thing called summer impact. So you get paid overtime and they said, go make arrests.
Yeah.
And if you make arrests, then they pick you next week to get another 8 hours overtime. So guys were doing like, oh, guys crossing the railroad tracks, lock them up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's stupid
So,
shit.
and
but-
then I would be booking these guys. We'd be booking these prisoners. We'd bring them to the hospital because they're like, oh, I have chest pains. Like they know the game.
yeah, oh, same thing here. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta go to the hospital because this, that, and that. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're
So
just
then we're on hospital
prolonging going to
guard,
jail.
and then
Yeah.
it's like you're stuck there.
Yeah.
So then when I got to be on patrol, I never made those. Like, yeah, you could arrest them, but like, do you have to?
Yeah, right.
Like, use it as a tool in your
Yeah.
toolbox. Like, if someone's being a
Yeah.
complete clown, like you could lock them up or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, or
I mean,
PC
it's a
or
game.
something.
Like,
Oh yeah, dude.
you know, some
Yeah.
days they win, some days we win.
Yep.
And, I remember going out and I saw this guy. I didn't recognize him. He recognized me. And he's like, hey, man, you're officer. And I was like out having beers with my friends on.
Oh, you're off duty.
I was off
Yeah,
duty,
yeah.
yeah. And there was this, like Green Street, just a bunch of bars. And the guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, officer. He's like, I remember you hooked me up. Like, you didn't lock me up that time. And I'm like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Because I lived in the city.
Yeah, that's how I was too.
And I'm like, dude, you're going to see these people.
Yep.
Like, whether you're out having a drink or out with your family or
Yeah.
whatever, like, treat people the way they should be treated.
Yeah, I mean that's why I lived where I worked for a while, and then once my son got into school, I was like, open house.
Yeah.
Go to school. Go to your son's class. Meet the teacher. Meet the other parents. And it's
Yeah.
like lock that guy up. I tased that guy a week ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we gotta go to a different school district, man.
Yeah.
So we headed down here and moved down here, which was great. But that's what it is, man. It's tough. 'Cause
Well, it's like if you're a cop, you can't take stuff personal
no.
because, well, like I said, you treat people the way you want to be treated. Like, treat this person the way somebody would treat your brother or your sister. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'd see cops that it would be like over the top. And when you see it on social media now of cops losing their mind, it's because they're worked up
Yeah.
over, like, if you're speeding and they're like, oh my God, this guy's not stopping, and the person doesn't see him or is
Yeah.
whatever, trying to pull over somewhere safe, and the cop's like
Yeah.
biting their head off. And it's like, it's because they're amped up.
Yeah. Right.
Like, so if you can find your chill as a cop
Mhm.
and be like, dude, why am I losing my mind over this? Like, I need to take a breath.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Assess the
absolutely.
situation,
It's a
figure
job,
out
man.
what's
You're
going
doing
on.
a job. Relax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
And I found it a few times where I've not gone over the top, but like realizing that, oh, this is me getting worked up.
yeah.
Like, there's no reason anybody should get you worked up.
Yeah.
In essence, unless you are getting shot at or something. But
Yeah. You gotta have some thick skin and just
yeah.
kind of let that shit roll over you. You know what I mean?
And then, sometimes they win, sometimes we win.
Yeah.
I
the
remember
way
me
it
and my
is.
buddy, the kid that went to Duke, we rode together and we pulled over this car, and they were common players that we'd run into,
Yeah,
they're
regulars.
frequent flyers. And we pulled them over, and all their face, it was like they just robbed a bank, right? But we had nothing. And I'm like, dude, we can't pull them out. They're wearing their seatbelts. Drivers get a license. I'm
Yeah.
like, they got this round.
Yeah. But
You
your
know, and
spidey
that-
senses up.
But
when
just the
something's going on.
the senses were
Yeah.
like, dude, it's like something is up. Like there's, and we could.
Yeah, but if you got nothing,
Sometimes
got
you can
nothing.
stretch it, and then
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, dude, there's a game. Like, you guys win today.
That's what it is.
We'll win
You know what I
tomorrow.
mean? That's exactly what it is, dude.
Yeah.
So, what other units did you get into?
So service division for a while, then 2012. So I got on in 2007.
Okay.
Then I was in operations for a bit.
What's operations consist of?
Patrol. Yeah.
Okay.
Calls for service. And then, the city was broken up into 20 different routes.
Yeah.
And every officer would have a route, or some routes would be a double cruiser, 2 officers.
Okay.
And some routes were really busy. Like I like being on the busy routes because the time went by.
Oh yeah, shift goes.
And
by
then
quick.
there'd be other parts where it would be,
yeah,
there's a deer in someone's yard, or a bear, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I got in operations, worked for a bit, started having fun. Then I had a pain in my groin, and I thought it was a hernia because when I was in Iraq in 2003,
Yeah.
sleeping in the tent with 20 other soldiers, I woke up in the middle of the night in excruciating pain, and I kept my mouth shut
Yeah.
because like you're in a tent full of dudes. I'm like, what am I going to do? Yell?
Yeah.
So later I found out I had a inguinal hernia, like pop.
Oh, shit.
So I kept my mouth shut that whole deployment, came
Yeah.
home, had surgery. Fast forward to 2012, I have a pain, And this pain was like more painful constantly.
But you're thinking it's the same thing?
I thought it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking up WebMD and they're telling you like everything, you know,
Yeah.
something could be twisted, something could be whatever.
Yeah, everything. The worst thing you could do is Google it.
Yeah. So I go to the ER, they do an ultrasound, and they said, you have a growth. And I'm like, okay, by growth, you mean tumor?
Yeah.
He said, yes. So he said, come back next week. We'll do a 3-hour surgery or, you know, in and out surgery, outpatient. Then you'll heal up. So I went back. You know, it was like hit by a brick wall.
Yeah.
You're just
for
like,
sure.
wait, I got cancer. I'm 29 years old.
Yeah.
But testicular cancer is most common between 16 and 30 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like
it's like a young person's
Oh,
cancer.
shit. I didn't know that.
So it was, you know, common.
Yeah.
So I had the surgery.
How old were you at this point?
29.
Okay.
I was like, man, I almost made it.
You almost made it.
And then had the surgery, healed up. Then a few months later, scans revealed I had swollen lymph nodes. And you have lymph nodes all over your body. They help detox.
Right.
So my lymph nodes were swollen and they were kind of like where their kidneys were. So they said I had an option to do a lymph node dissection or I could leave it. But if I left it, the growth could grow to be a teratoma, which is absolutely disgusting. It could be like hair, teeth, nails, bone.
Yeah.
It could just be a growth
A
that
growth.
keeps growing. And then when you get something growing in your body like a tumor, it gets in the way of things. So I'm like, I don't want that
Yeah.
inside of me. So I had a lymph node dissection and they cut me open from my waist to my sternum. They take all your insides, put them out on your chest
God.
like a human canoe.
Emptying you right out.
Then they take the lymph nodes out and then they put everything back in.
Good Lord.
So that surgery was extremely
I
invasive.
was like, what's the recovery from that?
6 months.
6 months? Are you just
Yeah, I
like
was super bloated,
bedridden?
distended.
Like, I don't want to move right now?
No, like I remember a little while after. I mean, my diet had to be super lean.
Yeah.
I couldn't have more than like 5 grams of fat a day
Oh, wow.
because I forget what it was, but the specialist I saw, he's just like the way your body processes. So it ate super clean. I dropped weight. I just went to, you know, hung out, golfed, did some super light stuff.
Yeah.
And 6 months, over 6 months, got back to work in patrol. And then our SWAT team was having tryouts like 6 months after that.
Yeah.
And every 3 years, our SWAT team does a tryout.
Is it a full-time team?
Yes and no. So you
Okay.
can't. So we have EOP, which is emergency operations. It's like our gun car. So usually 1 or 2 guys every shift are out.
Okay.
So we have some long guns. We have the
Yeah. Ours was like a part-time. So it's like you get X amount of guys on the team and you train every month and you go to call out some missions. But aside from that, you're still working like patrol or you're a detective or whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
So we have SWAT team guys who are DB guys, guys who are in training, guys who work operations.
Yeah.
But when I got on, I got I'll go back to, so the tryouts was just for the team and EOP was kind of starting.
Yeah.
There was like 1 or 2 guys doing EOP during day shift. So I was getting ready to do tryouts. Me and my buddies were working out. I welded up this sled. We're pushing weights on it at WPI college and I coughed up blood. And I'm like, it's, you know, it's winter and maybe I had a bloody nose at night. And,
Yeah.
and then once a day for 5 days, I'd cough up blood.
Oh, shit.
And of course, being 27 years old, I'm 30 years old at the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So coughing up blood, go to the doctors. They do a scan on my chest. And they said, you have 6 tumors in your chest and lungs.
6?
Yeah.
Damn.
So the testicular cancer was called mixed germ cell non-seminoma
Yeah.
tumor. That spread to my chest and lungs. So the testicular cancer like spread to the chest and lungs. So I needed to I went to a local hospital and they said, you need to go to Boston to Dana-Farber Cancer Institute because that's their specialty is cancer. So I asked for an out-of-network visit through my urologist or primary care, whatever it was. But in Massachusetts, if you want to see somebody out of your network
Yeah.
where you don't have to pay, if you ask for a
Like a waiver.
out of network visit, they waiver a one
Yeah.
visit. So went to Dana-Farber for a second opinion, met my oncologist, Dr. Sweeney, and he said, "You're not leaving. Like, this is stage 4."
That quick.
Yeah. So we showed up in Boston, and all of a sudden they're like, "You're not leaving."
Damn.
So he knew if I went home and came back the next day, it
Yeah.
would void the insurance. So he kept me there overnight, and then I started chemo the next day.
Mm.
And I was hooked up to chemo 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 5 months.
Damn.
So Wednesday I would show up. I'd get my own room, which was nice because they didn't want me getting sick.
Yeah.
I would get hooked up late at night, and I would be hooked up for 8 hours of 3 different strong chemos and then other IVs, potassium, anti-nausea, all that stuff. And the buzzers would go off at night. It'd just be the worst. Like, you can't sleep.
Yeah. It's just.
It's just all these buzzers and stuff going off. You're trying to hit the nurse thing. You know, they'll come in and switch it, but it's like, it
nonstop.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I would be off of the chemo during the day, and then every day they would bump it back a couple hours. So by the time Sunday came, I'd have a morning chemo session, and then I'd go home Sunday night. Monday felt like a really bad hangover with the chemo. Tuesday felt like a second worst hangover. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the following week, I would go golfing. I'd work out. I'd go wakeboarding or something.
Yeah.
Like, but keep it light. Like,
Do
I
fun
wasn't
stuff.
working.
Yeah.
So go to the movies, you know, hang out with friends and family. And that's what helped, is being around people that were making me laugh and, you know, keeping busy.
Yeah. Keeping you upbeat.
Yeah. So that happened for 5 months. Tumor shrunk. And then there was tumor residue on my lungs. And your right lung is made up of 3 lobes, your top, middle, and bottom. And your left has 2 because your heart takes up a good part of that area. So they removed the top and bottom lobe of my right lung.
Mm.
So on my back, there's a huge scar where they had to break a rib.
They go in from the back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, it looks like, I tell the kids it's like a shark bite. It's kind of like a rocker shape.
Yeah.
And cut through the lat muscle, broke the rib. And when they work on the lung, they deflate your lung, and then they resect it. And then, so my oncologist wanted to take the whole, my surgeon wanted to take the whole lung because it was easier.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm an athlete.
Yeah.
I'm not a paid athlete, but I want to still do cop
It's
stuff
part of
when
your
I'm
life.
done.
Yeah.
I've always worked out. I'm like, can you save my lung? He goes, I'll see what I could do. So my 3-hour surgery turned into a 6-hour surgery. He came in like a kid in a candy store. He goes, I saved your lung. He goes, I reconstructed a blood vessel. It was insane.
He was pumped.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pumped. And he's like, how do you feel? I'm like, my left side hurts because I was on my left side for 6 hours during
Yeah.
the surgery. But he saved it, which was great. Then I went for a follow-up. I had some drain tubes. 2 weeks later, I came back. I was a week in the hospital post-surgery,
Yeah.
another week out of the hospital. Then I came back for a follow-up. And then some scans revealed that the tumor spread to the brain. So I had to have brain surgery. Then I had probably 5 sessions of brain radiation. Then,
What's the length of time of this, like for this, all this going down?
so 2012 diagnosed. So this was probably 2013.
Okay.
And then I had to have 10% of my left lung removed. And that was a scope surgery. So I have like 3 scars where they went in, resected 10% of the left lung.
Yeah.
Then I had chemo again to be safe, outpatient. So that sucked. I think that was 2014 into 15. And then it spread to the brain a second time in a different spot. So the tumor was resting on the brain.
Mm.
So I had to cut the skin, I'd say Dremel a hole,
Yeah.
pull the skull, take the tumor out, resect, and then have radiation again. So that lasted 2012 to 2015. That's the timeline
It's a
of
few years. Yeah.
10 procedures.
Damn.
which is insane.
How was your family during this time?
They were great.
Yeah.
So like the guys that worked overnights, the cops, they'd come by during the day.
Yeah.
My parents would come by in the afternoon. My parents both own their own businesses, so my mother would come by certain days she wasn't working. She had a hair salon. Then my dad would come at night.
Were you with your wife at this point?
No,
Okay.
I didn't meet her at that time. So
Okay.
it was just friends. Like my buddies would
Gotcha.
show up with an Xbox and Nerf guns, and
Perfect.
like it was like a frat house. It was hilarious. I remember being in there for the 4th of July, and I screenshot. I was on Instagram back then, and I screenshot. I think it was Barstool had like
Yeah.
barbecue stuff, like steak and corn on the cob.
Yeah.
And I sent it to my buddy. I'm like, dude, bring me some food. And my buddy Ben and Pat, they came in with lobster, like
Good food.
Boston's #1 lobster rolls.
That's awesome.
And like steaks.
Yeah.
He brought in a Sam Adams.
Yeah.
And I remember like taking a few sips, and I was like
I'm
hammered. But I'm like, yeah, those are true friends. Like they'll, you know.
It's like when I got home from the hospital after being away for 3 weeks, I was all doped up on pain meds and shit,
Yeah.
you know? And then I walk in the house, my father-in-law had a glass of bourbon sitting there, and I had like 2 sips, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
You know what
I know.
It's like it gets to you quick when you're not on it.
Yeah, but we made the best of it. I would actually sneak out. So I would be in Brigham and Women's, and that's where
Yeah.
they had all the surgery and stuff. And I would have my like tree of like hydration, chemo, and all that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd walk outside. Like I'd go down the elevator, walk across the street, and then the Harvard Medical School is right there, and they have a beautiful courtyard.
Mhm.
I would just walk down there.
Nice.
And the nurse is like, you can't leave. I'm like, I can't stay
You're not
inside for
allowed to
5
leave.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I literally would like sneak out.
Would they go for walks with you at all?
Some of them would.
I was like, I'm
some
leaving.
of those,
You can
like,
come with me.
and I forget them. I don't
Yeah.
want to say I forget them specifically, but I remember like being pretty tight with some of the same nurses because I was there for
Yeah.
60 days one year.
Yeah.
So like it was a lot. And
You
I
get to
remember
know 'em.
I remember some people that were great. Some doctors were amazing. My oncologist was great, Dr. Sweeney. He's back in Australia now. But like some of the nurses, some of the doctors were like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they get to know you,
Yeah.
your relationship with you. Yeah.
And I'd walk in, I'd have my like black army bug out bag.
Yeah.
And they're like, where's the patient?
Yeah.
And I'm like, right here. I'm like, oh, you look good. But like I'd still work out.
Yeah.
And my workouts wouldn't be, you know, when your baseline changes, you're adjusting to it.
Right.
But if I don't work out, I get
Cranky.
cranky.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need to work out.
Yeah.
I'm like, working out helps you mentally
100%.
and it helps you physically.
Yep.
So I would do what I can. I remember after one of my brain surgeries, I wanted to go wakeboarding, and they're like, you can't get your head wet. So I put one of those swim caps on,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like we went wake surfing on my buddy's
You're like,
boat.
no, I'm going.
I'm like, no, I'm doing it. Like, don't tell me no. We'll figure it out. I just remember golfing a lot.
Yeah.
I remember taking my hat off and wiping the sweat, and then like all the hair came. Not that I have any hair, but like it
Yeah.
was short. And then I was down to like 7 eyebrows at one point. Like I lost. That chemo was like awful.
It takes it right out of you.
Yeah, chemo was tough, and I try not to scare people because I say everybody's cancer journey is unique,
Yeah. Right.
and I don't want to say that chemo is the devil, which
Yeah.
you know it may or may not be. But the chemo that I had and the way my body reacted was pretty, like, I don't know. It was tough.
Yeah.
Pretty vulgar, I guess.
Yeah. I get it.
Like I had a metallic taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
I was taking dexamethasone, which was a steroid, so I'd always want to eat.
Yeah.
I was like 230 pounds.
Everybody's body's going to react differently to
Yeah.
it.
So, I mean, I hated chemo. It kept my brain going. I'd lay in bed at night and I'm like, I need energy efficient light bulbs. And I'd go to the store and I'd spend $200 on freaking light bulbs. Like, dude, it messes with your brain.
Yeah.
And then you call it chemo brain. Like, I would tell you the same story like 5 times. You're like, dude, you already told me that.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes with chemo.
Yeah.
And I had high doses of it, like dexamethasone. Sorry, not dex. Cisplatin, bleomycin, and I forget the other one.
Yeah.
But they were like very. I remember Lance Armstrong chose not to take bleomycin because it messed with the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I had a choice, but knowing what my lungs are at now, I'm like, I wish I knew that, but I'm not sure it would have mattered because
Yeah.
what's the alternative? Are you not going to take it,
Yeah.
or is there another choice? and treatment options. So got back, got back to work operations. Every 3 years was a SWAT tryouts, and that was something I always wanted to do. So now I have lung resections. I actually got into cycling in between my treatments.
Mm.
My buddy Mike got me into, he's like, dude, buy a bike. He worked at a bike shop.
Yeah.
And then I bought a $800 bike, aluminum frame, carbon
Nice.
fork,
Yep.
bought the spandex kit,
Yeah.
and we started riding, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And New England's great. It's got hills. It's got the nice canopy cover from the trees.
Yeah,
Like it's
good
fun.
scenery,
You get some
yeah.
good miles. Yeah. And my oncologist mentioned doing the Pan Mass Challenge. So the Pan Mass is a fundraiser for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, where it used to be 200 miles in 2 days, or I think now it's maybe 190 miles or 180. They just changed it. But it's from central western Massachusetts all the way to the beginning of the Cape on day one.
How many miles is that?
Is 110.
Okay.
And then you would ride the remainder through Cape Cod and finish in Provincetown.
Oh, nice.
So when I started, it was 4,500 a team. And I just signed up the other day. Now it's 6,000 a team. And all that money goes to cancer research
Yeah.
and finding a cure. So me and my buddy Mike are doing it this year. So now we got to raise some money.
Nice.
And, but we've done it. This will be my 7th year doing it, not
Oh, cool.
consecutively.
Yeah.
But dude, it's so much fun.
Oh,
Like
for
the
sure,
Pan
yeah.
Mass is, you'd start at 5 a.m., 5,000 or 6,000 riders
Yeah.
take over the street, Route 20, which is like a main highway almost.
Is it in the summertime?
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
first weekend in August.
Okay.
So then you take over the road. It's a little chilly in the morning.
Yeah.
And then it's, August in New England. It's hot. And then every 20 miles or so, there's a rest stop. And there's a DJ. They got food.
Oh, nice, dude.
They're
Yeah.
refilling your jugs.
Yeah.
There's like people singing and dancing. It's so wild.
Keeps you going. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good time. And then people like see you and you're like, oh, it's a Thin Blue Ride guys. Because my
Yeah.
first year of doing Pan Mass was the best year ever because they showcased my story. I thought my story was normal with
Yeah.
getting
Hit
2
on
brain
multiple
surgeries,
levels,
2 lung resections, 2 rounds of chemo, 2 rounds of radiation. To me, that was normal.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, that's not normal. So WBZ News in Boston took that story and had it as one of the opening ceremony stories, which was really cool.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Because that weekend in August was actually my 1 year cancer free.
Oh, that worked out.
Yeah. So it was very cool. So like people knew me, like we had a small team of 4 of us
Yeah.
and we had our bike kits made with Thin Blue Ride and everyone's like, oh, it's a Thin Blue Ride guys. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's cool that people are like looking out
Yeah.
and, we can motivate people.
Yeah.
So now we've done it with larger groups and
Yeah.
now we're just, me and Mike are like, dude, let's do it. Let's just,
That's awesome.
get on the bike and crush it.
Yeah.
And Thin Blue Ride, we turned into a nonprofit in 2016. So my friends had a benefit for me when I was out of work. And at first I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And then like anything, I'll talk to my dad and he's like, well, if people want to help, let them help. Then, I'm out of work, not working overtime, not working details.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone, money's not the cure, but it helps.
For sure.
I had $26,000 in copays. So, nobody wants to ask for help,
Yeah.
right? But if somebody wants to help and throw $20 or $50 or,
It adds up.
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
So my friends put on a benefit for me. There was probably 1,200 people. There was the police department, my high school football team, the guys I went to Iraq with, like half the town, if not the whole police department.
Yeah.
And they raised money and I was like, that felt awesome.
Yeah.
I remember I was on chemo when it happened. So I was like gray in the face.
Yeah.
I felt like crap, but I couldn't even sit down because there was so many people. It's like, hey, thanks for coming. Hey, thanks for coming. And like
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Hey, how you
It's
feeling?
constant.
Not good. And then, which is funny. So then we turned that. We're like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to pay medical bills.
Yeah.
I want to give money to cops, veterans, first responders, and their family. And now we do kids as well with cancer.
Oh, nice, man.
So since 2016, I say we're like a GoFundMe, but we don't take a percentage.
Yeah.
So it's all volunteers, me, my buddy Mike, my buddy Joe, my buddy Justin. and we're all cops. Mike is a CO, and we just crush it. Like,
Yeah.
we try to reach out to people. Hey, we want to help. Tell us your story. We'll raise money. I go, send me pictures. Tell me your story. And if you go on our Facebook,
Yeah.
we have more of that. And then we hit donate now. So everything on that donation page will go to them. Like,
Oh, nice.
if there's one for $2,500 that we raise for somebody, we'll wait till that ends. And then we'll be like, okay, let's add another 500 or 1,000 to it.
Yeah.
So then we'll give that person a check for $3,000 or
Nice.
35
Yeah.
or $4,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
We've done $500 and we've done $50,000
Oh, wow.
for a check for a family. And we're like, pay your bills, go on a vacation, like,
Yeah.
do what you need to do, you
Yeah.
know?
That's awesome, dude.
So since 2016, we've done, I think right now we're probably over $900,000 that we've raised.
Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this will be our 10 year. I want to hit 1 million.
Yeah. So you got a lot of support with the foundation.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of people, we're starting to get some traction. I feel like it's peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will share our story.
Yeah.
And more recently, like, I say running a nonprofit, like any
Yeah.
business, unless you're calling people and doing stuff, like, it's going nowhere.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you really have to grind to get donations,
Yep.
to get, like, it's easy for people to donate to people.
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, Thin Blue Rad, we're raising money for a trailer so we
Yeah.
could go to events, then we get like $100.
Yeah. It's different.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not, I guess there's a good amount of overhead. Like, we have our finance people we have to pay.
Right.
We pay for the shirts. We pay for our website. We pay,
Yeah.
you know, there's the
The
stuff.
basic stuff.
But
yeah.
like, we don't pay ourselves.
Right. There's no salaries involved.
There's no salaries. The only thing we get out of it is we get to stand there with a big check and a picture.
Yep.
And give it to a family.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wish I had a little more business sense, because my wife does a great job of, like,
Yeah.
keeping me in check of, like, hey, you know, you guys should start doing this and this, because I only know what I know from what I've been doing, right?
right.
Like, I lived in a 748 square foot house, and the whole front of the house would be boxes of shirts.
Yeah.
And then I would fill my Jeep and I would drive to Police Week,
Yeah.
and I would tell the bartender at the bar, I forget the name of the bar, some, you know, typical Irish bar in DC.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I have a nonprofit. Can we sell shirts? The guy's like, yep. So me and my buddy, we'd like sell shirts in the bar. And then we'd see people in Police Week wearing Thin Blue Ride shirts. I'm like, that's awesome. That's what
cool,
I want.
Man. Yeah.
And then people hear our story and they're like, oh, you guys are not like a lot of other nonprofits. Like, you guys are giving money.
Yeah.
I say we give away more than we take in.
Yeah.
Like, it's the worst business model ever.
Yeah.
But we're helping people out.
that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
That's like we were talking last night, and I thought it was cool. You were talking to me about, because you had a couple treatments out in California,
Yeah.
and some random woman helped you out there.
Yeah. So I went to Elijah Sacra, is a former Marine. He has a company through Boot Campaign that helps with, like, physical therapy type stuff.
Yeah.
He's out of Chapel Hill area. So I met him, and then he introduced me to another guy who got stem cells. And it was just, I reached out to the company in California with Dr. Joy Kong, and she does stem cells, and she does the mesenchymal mother-daughter placenta umbilical cord stem cells.
Yeah.
And I reached out to them, and it's a lot of money, and they want 3 treatments. It ended up being, if you're not a veteran, I think it's probably around $30,000 or something like that. They do have this veteran discount that follows under certain stipulations. But I told my story to Dr. Courtney, and then her friend told the story to somebody else, and that somebody else, it was this woman and her mother,
Yeah.
and Lori and Valerie. So I had a Zoom call about going out there, and Kelly's on a work trip, so she's on the Zoom call, and me and the kids are at home on the Zoom call. And I'm like, this is weird. They wanted the Zoom call, and I'm like, I just want to go get stem cells. Like, tell me how much,
Yeah.
you know? And Dr. Joy Kong's on there, Dr. Courtney's on there, Valerie and her mother, Valerie and Laura's out there. And Laura gets on and she goes, our father was veteran, passed away from cancer, and we want to help you. I was like, all right. And then Dr. Courtney was like in tears. She's like, they're paying for your treatment.
Yeah.
So I'm not speechless very often.
Yeah.
I was
That would leave
like,
me speechless. Yeah. I mean, dude, I wanted to point it out because it's just like when someone does something like that, like it needs to be pointed out.
yeah.
Like that's well deserved.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I mean?
and Laura's great. She's in my phone as Laura, stem cell angel.
Yeah.
And
cool.
like, we still keep in touch. And like, I was just like, I can't believe like this woman heard my story
Yeah. Doesn't
and
know
was
you.
like, I want to help.
Yeah.
And the stem cells did help. My my ALT numbers, my liver enzyme numbers were super elevated
Yeah.
to where it was almost diabetic because of the chemo meds that I was on. And sorry, let me backtrack. So I was cancer free for 7 years.
Yeah.
I ended up going through the SWAT tryouts. I got on as a sniper after all the lung resections. 2018, I rode my bike up Mount Washington because I read in Cycling Magazine it was the top 10 hardest climbs in the world. So I'm like,
Nice.
oh, I want to try that.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Was
That
it?
was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Went to base camp. We could touch back on that. And then right after COVID, I was feeling like crap.
Yeah.
And my wife said, sorry,
Oh, you're good.
let me put it on. So yeah, right after COVID, right when COVID took off, basically, I was feeling off. I was dropping weight. My wife's like, you look good, but it's, not your
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
I went and got my blood markers, and then I pulled up to the sniper range, and the doctor called, and he said, yeah, you have your white blood cell count is 55,000. I'm like, okay, what should it be?
Yeah.
He said, it should be 5,000. I'm like, so what does that mean? He said, well, you probably have leukemia, a form of leukemia.
Damn.
So I called my wife.
Yeah.
Kelly, we were engaged at the time.
Yeah.
And I called her and I was just like I couldn't even get it out.
Yeah.
I was just like, I cannot believe this is fucking happening.
All that
again.
time went by. 7
Yeah.
years.
So it was like, and there's a lot of people say that there's that scan anxiety, like when you have cancer and you got to go get a blood draw, or you got to get something else. It's like in the back of my head, I'm just like, I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I think, no matter what you think, no matter what you eat, and I still try to eat clean. I think positive.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I've also done all that and I've gotten bad news a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm not going to stop doing that, but it's just like sometimes shit just happens.
Yeah.
And like,
There's no rhyme or reason. It just happens, man. It's life.
yeah. So I get diagnosed with leukemia. And then our two kids, my stepkids, Kelly called back and she said, Max has COVID. You can't come home. So I get diagnosed with cancer and I couldn't go home.
Yeah. Where are you at, like, mentally with this right now? Are you just, like, broken, or are you like, nah, we're going to get through this one, too?
I've always had a positive outlook, and I think
Yeah.
I'm working on that with, like, my keynote of, like, why I'm like this. Because in my eyes, everyone should be like this, but everyone's
Yeah.
not like this.
No.
Like, for me, there's always been a light at the end of the tunnel because it's been, oh, you get testicular cancer. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, it spread to your lungs. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, it spread to your brain. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's always been, okay, like being a cop or being a veteran. We're used to being in chaos,
Right.
and we're used to moving into that chaos, not getting caught in the heels.
Yeah.
So I think always having an option. Like, for example, my daughter, they were doing like the lockdown school drills, and she's like, I'm nervous about the bad guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honey, I go, picture it as you're in a maze. I go, if you can leave the room, leave the room.
Yeah.
If you could hide, hide. If you could go outside, go outside. I'm like, there's always a way to go. You
Yeah.
can't just stand there and do nothing.
You gotta look for work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Talked about that last night.
Yeah. So in my eyes, like we're like born in chaos through the academy up until, you know, real work and then real life. And then it happens to us personally. And I think finding work in chaos, meaning finding that little bit of good.
Yeah.
And I think finding in everything bad, there's a little good. You just got to find it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I get cancer again. Okay, so what? Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit there and cry about it?
Yep.
Or,
Get
I
to
mean,
work.
you can.
Yeah. Or you
There's
get
been
to work.
times where I've done that. And then my wife's like, all right, let's wrap up this pity party and get the ball rolling.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
it's awesome because, like, you need that. Sometimes you need to accept it, sit there and be like, this sucks.
Yeah. Take it in, deal with it,
But then
and
it's,
move on with the job.
okay, now what?
Yeah.
And that's where I think I'm common with, like, you could tell me right now my truck just burnt down and I'd be like, all right, I'll figure it out. I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Or I'll rent a friggin' Home Depot truck and drive home.
Yeah. Right.
Like, there's always finding that positive.
Yeah.
And
Plus, you don't want to like suppress all those emotions because it's just going to build up.
yeah.
So you want to get it out.
Well, on
Not so
top
much
of
to
that,
get rid of it, but you want to expel it a little bit. You know what I mean?
and it's a thing about control.
Yeah.
There's things that you cannot control, and there's things that you can control. The things that you can't control, the only thing you can control is your emotions
Mm-hmm.
to whatever's happening. So, I mean, I can't control that I get diagnosed again, but I
Yeah.
can control. I called a bunch of my buddies. My wife travels a lot for work, so I get a hotel in the city. I'm like, hey, meet me at the AC Hotel at the bar. It's like 15 of my buddies showed up, drank some old fashions, and then I'm like, all right, let's,
Yeah.
this sucks. It happened again.
Yep.
Stayed in the hotel for a couple days. Then I called a buddy of mine. He lives up in New Hampshire. I'm like, dude, I just get diagnosed. I need to climb a mountain. So I called him, and this dude's a Green Beret. So I know he
Yeah.
was like, it was killing him for me to keep up with him.
Yeah.
It was killing me to keep up with him.
Yeah.
And it was killing him because he could run up that friggin' mountain.
Yeah.
But that was one of the best outlets
Yeah.
to be like, dude, I just get cancer. I need to climb a mountain. Because, like, and I do like hiking, climbing, and outdoor stuff. But, like, there's nothing better than getting on the top of a mountain and be like, all right,
Yeah.
we just did that.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time to go down and chill.
Yeah.
It's all easy from there. So I went, spent a few days with him and then ended up going back home. And then Kelly got COVID. So I was gone for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
And it was right before Thanksgiving. There's a picture, I think I have it on my Instagram, of me sitting outside on the deck
Yeah.
with a little table and Kelly and the kids inside having the Thanksgiving, like we had Thanksgiving dinner with like a
Yeah.
prison Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinner.
the glass.
But so yeah, it sucked. So then I started taking chemo pills every day.
Yeah.
And at that time I was on EOP. So emergency operations was full-time SWAT. And I did that for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Worked with my buddy AC. Like, we called it eating on patrol because we would just go find good restaurants to go eat at. I mean, we'd have the radio on.
Yeah. Right.
But like the cool thing about EOP on full-time SWAT was we would only go to the good calls.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you tied up with a
Stupid
domestic
shit, yeah.
or a motor vehicle accident because
Yeah.
you're tied to it. They want it so, hey, we need EOP, like we need SWAT right now. And then that could turn into a SWAT call out,
Yeah.
or we could mitigate it there with, we'd have a shield, we'd have extra guns, we'd have every, less than lethal
Yeah.
options.
More high priority calls.
Yeah.
if you want
And it was a lot of fun doing that, like a lot of training. And then I was originally trained as a sniper, but then we were doing entry team stuff. We'd
Yeah.
work with DEA, ATF, FBI, state police,
Yeah.
and we would do fun stuff. So did that for a while. And then there was an opening on the mounted unit on the horses.
to. Oh, nice.
And I was like, I kind of want to do that.
Did you put in
and-
for it?
Yeah. So it was funny because I would go up to ride for fun.
Yeah.
And because Joe, the guy who's our finance guy with Thin Blue Ride, he worked up there. So I'd always like go up to the barn.
Yeah.
It was at the Worcester House of Corrections. And I'd be like, hey, Kate, the civilian trainer, I'm like, could I hop on the horse? She's like, yeah. So I'd ride around. And then they're like, hey, do you want to go to the mounted unit because it's still under special operations.
Yeah.
So I'd still be SWAT, still go to the call outs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went to the mountain. I'm like, hey, switch it up, you know?
Yeah.
There was more overtime involved. So I'm like, yeah, make some more money, chill on a horse. I'd show up in a flannel and
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah.
We'd put on some music. We'd muck the stalls. We'd do barn work. And then usually 2 guys would go out on patrol.
Yeah.
And then we'd like rotate.
How long did you do that for?
2 years. And then that's when, so I was on leukemia meds. And what happened was my legs started hurting, which was common with the medication.
Yeah.
So my bones were hurting. And then some days I'd be like, Joe, I'm not riding today. Like my legs hurt. And I don't know if it's funny because I love being at the barn. I didn't love riding.
Oh, really?
It was fun.
You just like the atmosphere.
No,
Like-
but like riding horses in the city
Yeah.
is wild.
A lot different.
Talk to anybody who rides a horse and be like, hey, go ride in whatever major city you're in.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's people jackhammering.
Oh, yeah.
People
it's
like
gotta
it's
be,
like
really
these horses freak out at the drop of a hat.
Oh, for sure.
So like there's been times where I'm like just pucker effect on the horse. And I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
And then like once you get through it, you're like, okay. I'm like, I never fell. Thank God. Even guys fell during training and stuff. And I'm like, I think I was just so like, I just don't want to fall.
Yeah.
And the horse senses, like if your calves are
Oh, they
tightening
know
up.
everything. Yeah.
I remember one time we went to, it was a World War II thing that they invited us to, all the mounted unit guys, different departments. And my legs were really hurting. And I was on, I think Buster, one of the horses, and my calf was spasming. And like, you could feel the horse and the horse could feel you. So
Horse
if you're
can feel it.
tense,
Yeah.
so I'm friggin', my calf is spazzing out and the horse is spazzing out and I'm trying to relax. And I'm like, I know what's going on. And I'm just like, I need to relax. And I'm trying to move my leg out.
Yeah.
And the horse, I was just fighting the horse. It was literally like, maybe it was 5 minutes. It felt like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I put the horse in the trailer because I'm like, I hopped off. I'm like, dude, I cannot. I'm like, my leg's tweaking out. And then my boss pulled me aside the next week and he wasn't a good rider.
Yeah.
And I was probably better than him, but not great. And he's like, hey, so what's going on with you and the horse? I'm like, my leg was freaking out. Like I'm on meds and all this stuff. And he chalked it up as like, well, do you not want to be here type thing? I'm like,
yeah.
Do you not believe me?
He didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, I'm just dealing with my new norm. And with that, I would go to the gym, I'd run, I'd do the softly workout. So I'd run a half mile, I'd do the warm ups and stuff. And I just remember being like sucking wind.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't normal. So what happens when my O2 levels were dropping? So if I ran up 2 flights of stairs, my O2 levels would drop to like the 80s. And that is not good.
Yeah.
Because then it starts getting to your organs and, bad stuff happens. So then I was out of work. I was trying to figure out what was going on with my lungs or heart or whatever. And saw a pulmonologist. I saw a heart specialist. I had, I don't know, 8 different tests within like a year and a half. And then around that time, I had to think like, am I done being a cop? So, and that was a tough pill to swallow because I'm like, I got 18 years on. I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And I think when you're a cop, it's good, but it's not great. Like you can make a ton of money. You can make a lot of money and not do a lot of details and overtime, or you could make bank, but you're putting in the work,
You're
right?
going all the time. Yeah.
And they give you like enough time off, but you feel strapped to that job.
Yeah.
You feel tied to it. And for all the cops out there listening, there is so many other opportunities for you to do something. I don't want to say similar to being a cop, but not an office job.
Yeah.
Because when I was out of work for 2 years in limbo because I didn't know what was going on with me medically. But then I had an offer from a guy from a tactical company. He's like, hey, come work for me. You could, sell tactical stuff. You go to police departments, talk to guys. You've been on the SWAT team. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Like I could just go to the, you mean I could go to the range and shoot and
Yeah.
show guys what's cool, like the new cool stuff. Granted, I know how cheap cops are, so it's tough
Yeah.
to get them to buy stuff.
For
But
sure.
to do that job, I'm like, I could see myself doing that to an extent. And then there was somebody else who was like, hey, we could do some kind of like private security type stuff. And then there was another job that came up, like shooting instructing. And then my father, he has a crane company now. He goes, hey, you want to sell cranes? So now I'm doing that like part-time. So I
Yeah.
drive to job sites and go to different companies. Hey, do you guys need a crane? Here's a card. And I hand out sweatshirts and stickers. And it's nothing like going to a job site, seeing grown men run after koozies and stickers and sweatshirts. But it's super chill. I drive around. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I'll go to job sites. I'll, do some of the social media stuff.
Yeah. You still get to do the stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, in between that sick time of the 2 years, it's tough to be like, I don't want to do the cop stuff anymore.
Yeah.
To an extent. And I do want to hit on how crappy my department was with any form of retention. So I was out of work 2 years. You know how many times my first line leaders, lieutenant, captain, or chief called? 0 times.
None.
So, and again, one of my best friends is a sergeant who's on the SWAT team, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, right.
Like when they ask him, oh, hey, how's JD doing?
Call him yourself.
Call him yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I can relate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that helped. And to fix that, if you're a sergeant or a chief or a lieutenant or a captain or a deputy, if a guy's out of work, call him up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you want to grab a coffee? How's stuff going? Hey, we're going to the range. You want to go shoot?
Yeah.
Like, if that happened to me, if they're like, hey, JD, we're doing a range day. You want to come down and shoot? Like, dude, I love shooting.
Yeah.
I shoot on my own every week anyway.
Make you feel like you're still part of the team.
So, like, if you have that, like, if they had their finger on the pulse and they're like, hey, we're having a whatever, friggin' post-training, come down, have some pizzas and beer or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that I'm drinking, but hey, come have a coffee. Hey, come shoot. That would have made me saying I'm done a little harder.
Yeah.
But the fact that, once you're out of the circle, and I hear guys say it all the time, like on, tier 1 guys or whatever, we're no tier 1 SWAT team, trust me.
Right, yeah.
But like, if you're not in that everyday grind of going to calls, and there was guys that I would always talk to at work to talk about work stuff, not really cop talk, but just like, hey, that guy, just whatever, like work stuff.
Yeah.
That stops. So then you stop talking to those guys. And then you're not in the circle, so you're not in the text threads, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because I never liked that. I'd say I don't like the cop talk outside of being a cop.
Yeah.
But like I like the funny stuff. Or like
I know exactly what you're saying.
crazy stuff.
I'm feeling everything you're saying right
now. But like a lot of my close friends are not cops.
Yeah.
And
not now mine
that's
aren't.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It makes it easy.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
But yeah, to any officials, like call your guys.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of guys that read these leadership books.
Yep.
And they do the exact opposite of what it says. I'm like, dude, what are you reading?
Yeah. What's the point of reading it?
What's the point of reading it? You're not applying it.
Yep.
It's just a self-help book at that point.
Yeah.
For yourself.
I've had guys ask me about like retiring, how people talk, like stay in touch with me. And I was like, dude, I don't care if you're shot in the line of duty and retire or you get your 20 or 30 years and retire. It ain't no different.
Yeah.
When you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
People aren't going to call you much anymore.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in the group text.
Yep.
You're not getting invited to shit. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The only guys I still talk to guys from my department, a couple guys, once in a while. But the only guys I talk to on a regular basis are the guys I served with on the Marshals Task Force.
Yeah.
Like I talk to those guys weekly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's like a tight-knit group of the same guys every day for like X amount of years. So it's like real tight-knit.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's it, man.
Yeah, it's crazy and then when I made that decision to retire, I was like, dude, I did all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I hung off of buildings. I've friggin' went to good call outs
Yep.
of, I rode motorcycles for a little bit, rode the horses.
What do you think's your most, or what's one of the most memorable moments from when you were on the job, like something that might happen or experienced on call outs or anything?
So one of the funny ones was there was this call out, 4 a.m., always, 3 a.m., 2 a.m. call
Yeah.
out. And I remember the sun was starting to come up. And I was a sniper, so we'd cordon the area. We'd call out when people turn lights on and what we see. Entry team was in, but they were holding. And this guy just had a, Polish hostage. This guy had a warrant.
Yeah.
He's throwing weights down the stairs at the guys. He had his dog. And this was like 2 or 3 hours in. It's like, dude, like, we need to get this guy out. So we start to gas him. And I see the rounds going through into the ceiling, and then it's getting smoked out. He puts head to toe hockey pads on, hockey helmet, shoulder pads, shorts, everything but the skates.
Everything, yeah.
He says bye to his dog. He runs second floor window of his house, dives out like the Bobby Orr statue outside of TD Garden. I have a snapshot of the guy flying through the air, and I was like, no way. Dude, landed on this like wooden handicap ramp. It was just boom. And then as soon as he hit, he got up running. I was like, what? And like the whole team jumped on him, and we're trying to handcuff him. And he has his hockey gloves on, so we're like trying to take his gloves off.
The gloves and everything.
Yeah, dude, it was so fun. I'm like, I will never forget that.
Total mental patient.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I wish I had a body cam.
Oh, God, that's a good one, dude.
And then another time where like a couple guys, like, I don't want to say we almost died, but we could have. It was very dangerous. So Union Station, it's a bus hub, train hub.
Yeah.
And they built this 6-story garage, 5 or 6-story garage next to it, all precast garage. This guy climbed up the outside to get to the roof.
Yeah.
So then I was over at my parents, and we were doing like Monday night dinner, and we had like we'd kind of have mini call outs.
Yeah.
Where they'd be like, hey, we need like 10 guys. And I was EOP and AC was the sergeant. So he'd do the call outs. He's like, hey, you want to come? We get a jumper. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I haul ass to the station, change, get down to Union Station. I get on the roof. It's me, this guy, Bobby, and then AC. And I get the shield and a taser. And this guy, I think he had a razor knife. Well, they said he had something sharp. We couldn't see. It was dark. It was like freezing rain.
Yeah.
Winds blowing. And AC said he had a great shot of the guy because he was coming down Grafton Street, and you could see him like a gargoyle on the top, like as a silhouette.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, that looked wild coming down the road.
Perched up.
So it was like a half mile away, but he could see him.
Yeah.
So there was a couple hundred people watching. And then we had our negotiators. So we had I was along the edge of the roof, and he was on the edge of the roof. And negotiators were in front of him with a little manhole to like go up the ladder, and the manhole would flip up towards him. So another guy had a beanbag shotgun behind that. And negotiators were to the side, like trying to talk to him. And I'm just standing there with the taser and the shield.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is stupid, but hey. And then time's going on. And it was a mental health thing and something about his kids. I don't know if his kids were taken away or whatever.
Yeah.
But this guy had a history with us. And he wanted to jump. Negotiators said they threw a phone halfway between him and the edge, so he'd have to walk forward to come get the phone.
Yeah.
And they said when he gets the phone, we'll shoot him with the beanbag, which should cripple him or disorient for a second.
Right.
Then we'll jump on him. And in my head, the whole time, I'm doing scenarios, and I'm like, man, wouldn't that be wild if we like holding that guy over the edge, like something you see in the movies? I'm like, yeah, that stuff never happens.
Oh, God.
So he goes to get the phone because he wanted to like call his mother or something. But he shoots him. Boom. Boom.
With the beanbag rounds.
Boom. 6 rounds. The guy turns around, runs to the edge.
Instantly.
Oh,
God.
So I'm running with the shield and taser. I drop that. I get to him, and he turns. So, like, he's facing the roof. And he turns, and he has, like, the razor knife. And I grab this leg, like a single leg takedown.
Yeah.
Like, bear hug one leg. And the other guy behind me, Bobby, grabs the other leg. and he fell over backwards.
Hanging.
And there was a YouTube video, but they took it down. I don't know why, because we like saved the guy. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He hung so far upside down. My chest was, so the roof had, it was like the gravel, and then there was a few inches and then a slanted piece of concrete, like a tile kind of,
Yeah.
that he was standing on. So my chest was on that, and I'm looking down at the ground from like 6 stories up. And he's hanging and he's fighting us. And then AC and everybody else jumps on us
Yeah.
because we were going to go over.
Yeah.
And we pull him up. I see the razor knife. A couple hundred people cheering.
Did he do anything with the knife, or he just?
No, he was trying to. He was hanging so far, like
Yeah.
he couldn't get himself up, but he was trying to like fight us, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody got cut. And everyone was like, who are the 2 guys? It was like me and Bobby. Everyone's like, that was awesome. And
Yeah.
I was like on a high. I was like, dude,
Oh,
that
for sure,
was
dude.
wild.
Yeah. It's an intense
And
moment.
it was funny. We got back to the SWAT room, and then one of the guys was like, oh, good job, Bobby. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So fast forward a few months, Bobby ends up getting a 5-star award, Hannah award, and I get a 4-star award.
What's the difference?
I'm like, wait, maybe because I grabbed the left leg and he grabbed the right leg, he gets the highest state award. Like, oh, whatever.
Man.
And he, you know, it's funny because like I'm not one to be like, hey, what about me?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, dude, I'm like,
It's just hard to understand.
what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And for the longest time in our department, our officials wouldn't give awards to people.
Yeah. Our
They're like,
department was
oh, it's your job.
Our department was like that too.
Yeah, but now it's different. But I think it helps. Again, if you're an official, you should give awards to guys.
It keeps
You should-
morale.
Well, it keeps morale, and it's for your family to see that you're getting something.
Exactly.
But it also helps you in court because I was on EOP.
That's true.
So I've had my gun out a handful of times.
Yeah.
So our use of force is way up here. We're above everybody else because we're going to those hot calls.
Right.
And if you have some awards to be like,
All these.
oh, well, you did this
accommodations.
and you did this and you did this,
Yeah.
that helps instead of being like, oh, this is a strong-armed cop.
Yeah.
So,
he's never done anything.
yeah, like you've never gotten any awards or anything. And it's
Yep.
like,
No accommodations.
Yeah.
You're right.
and I think the departments need to do more of that to boost morale. Not just awards, but like there's been so many times that stuff has happened that's been wild. And all a cop wants to hear from his official is, hey, good job on that.
It's that
And-
simple.
A lot of the times it never friggin' happens.
Yep.
Which is insane.
Yep.
And it's like, your job as an official is to take care of your guys.
Yep.
And when you like, whatever, like, oh, that report's way off, and you like save a kid from a car in a car accident, or, you know, whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
like it's just kind of like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. But somebody makes a complaint on you.
Somebody makes a
They're on
complaint,
you.
then it's like, hey, what the heck? What were you doing?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a problem with that with some officials. Like one of my officials they were upset about a parking situation
Yeah.
because the SWAT cruisers would be close to the building, and then some guys would come in off duty to like grab something and go,
Yeah. Real quick.
or they'd park. You know, maybe it'd be even if it's a half hour, whatever.
Yeah.
So the garage guy, police officer, lieutenant was like, hey, who's parking there? And our sergeant was like, he reverberated that to us. He's like, hey, who's parking there? I told you guys not to park there. I go, you know what you need to do as an official? Is if you're the lieutenant and you're telling me, why are you guys parking there? I'd be like, I don't know, but I'll get to the bottom of it. Maybe it was something important there
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
do. Instead of turning
And bitching about it.
and bitching about it to the guys.
It's crazy how it's the same fucking everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like the way all these departments act and treat.
Yeah.
It's like a mirror image everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, it's funny. Like and again, we had some amazing officials.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about some officials that like I'm not a fan of, that for, you know, alpha male cops,
Yeah.
that they are non-confrontational men
Yeah.
when it comes to be confrontational men. Like if there's a problem, address it and get over it.
Yeah.
But some of these officials will hold grudges and like
Oh yeah.
decide to not like cops because they're like, oh, well, he said this one time 3 years ago. It's like, dude, get over it.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Address the issue. Or
I always
don't.
said, like, if there's an administrator who's always nitpicking on stupid shit,
Yeah.
what's their job?
Yeah.
If they have that much time to complain about where someone's parking or the way someone's walking through the hallway. What are they doing all fucking day?
Yeah.
That's their biggest concern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It always drive me nuts, man.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. But I mean that, you know, I don't miss that. I think once I retired, I started to write a book.
Yeah.
My wife came home from a work trip. She goes, "What are you doing on your computer?" Because I'm never on my computer.
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm writing a book." She's like, "You didn't even read books." But
I didn't either.
I wanted to get my story out.
Yeah.
Because everyone always said you should write a book. And I'm like, no, that's not my thing. And then I got nervous because when I got sick again, like my kids now are 11 and 14.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, this is for my kids. Like,
Yeah, right.
so, and to help people.
Mhm.
Like I've shared my story hundreds of times,
Yeah.
whether it's through speaking engagements or it's through some stuff I try to put out on social media or just literally DMing people like, hey, my aunt's got cancer. What should I do? Like, hey, go to Dana-Farber,
Yeah.
do this, and that. You know, this is my experience. This might help you because I've had chemo I've had so many
Right.
things done to me
Yeah.
that I kind of know what's going on with some stuff. So if people could bounce stuff off of me and I could help them out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I might as well do that in a book.
Yeah.
And my friend AC and his wife knew a ghostwriter. So I wrote the book, tried finding publishing companies, which was very difficult.
It's hard, yeah.
And they were like, oh, our friend Dennis Finesse is a ghostwriter. He writes like 8 books a year. He does amazing work. He's done TT's Adventures, which was a kid's book, #1 on Amazon for like 2 weeks. He wrote like Run DMC's book.
Yeah.
So that's his realm. And then he heard my story. His son's in the Army. His daughter's in oncology. He's like, dude, let's write this.
That's cool, man.
So I wrote it, gave him the book. We had 3 phone calls that made corrections.
Yeah.
Did the publishing company. I wanted that as the cover, and the publishing company said it can't. It's too granulated, or pixelated.
Yeah, tell me about the cover because that's your climb.
Yeah, so that was like
That's Everest, right?
day 4 of the like 15-day trek to Everest Base Camp.
Yeah.
And I remember I got altitude sickness the day before.
Yeah.
And I like slept it off. And I'm laying in bed, freezing cold in this sleeping bag. And I'm like, I told everyone I'm going to base camp. I'm like, I'm going to have to like go home and tell them I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like that's how bad I was.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take altitude sickness meds. And our guide was like, don't do it now because you'll have to keep taking meds the whole trip. So I slept it off. I woke up. I ate some dalbat, like a local Nepalese meal. It was really good. I felt like $1,000,000. And then from then on, I said, I'm going to pace myself. So I went with my buddy Paul, who was a sniper on the SWAT team, and his son Chase, who was in the Air Force. So we met, and then we started hiking. And Paul's a PT stud.
Yeah.
And his son, you know, he's in his 20s, and I'm like trying to keep up. So we had 2 porters and a guide, and those 2. And I said that day, I go, you know what? I'm going my own pace. Put my headphones in. I'm like, I'm not, you know, I got half my lungs and whatever. So I remember doing a headstand because I had a headache. I'm like, oh, let me see if this will work. And then when I was looking at covers, to do covers, everyone's book covers, like,
suit
or,
tie
or one
stuff.
of these. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, I don't want that. And I went to the bookstore and I looked at covers of books. And I'm like, dude, it's got to be the headstand.
It's unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hired a media guy, Killaball Media, and he fixed it up so it could be used as the cover.
I didn't think the picture's not grainy. It looks good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, and I took all those pictures of the Everest trek on my iPhone. Ended up hiking like 95 miles or 100 miles in 2 weeks. So it'd be hike a long day, 6 to 8 hours, and then a rest day. But a rest day would be go hike up another 1,000 meters to acclimatize, then come down, and then hike a long day.
How was it temp-wise?
I wore light Solomon boots because I didn't want my feet to be heavy. Cool pants, smart wool, long sleeve.
Yeah.
I had a down jacket that I would always take off, and I bought an Arc'teryx shell.
Yeah.
And I had heavy duty mittens. I had to put them on.
It's pretty cold.
A couple times. But like when you're walking nonstop.
You stay pretty warm. You're moving.
Yeah, so I had a day pack.
Yeah.
And I had hydration. You had to filter the water.
Yeah.
'Cause it's dirty. You couldn't eat meat, so it was vegetarian for 2 weeks and hiking a lot. I dropped like 10 pounds.
I was going to say, yeah.
You're like they call it tea houses. It's like a hostel. So they have this common area where they burn. There's no wood, so they burn yak shit that's dried out,
Yeah.
and that burns for a couple hours, and you have dinner and tea, and then the fire dies down and it gets cold, and then you go to your room and you jump into your sleeping bag, and that's it. And then you wake up and do it all over again. Yeah.
Damn.
Some people do it. My buddy just did it himself. Him and his wife is there with their honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, you guys are crazy.
Did they do the whole thing?
They did the same thing I did. It was
Base
like the
camp?
three. So people could go to base camp and back. We did counterclockwise. We did base camp, and then we went through the Chola Pass. Then we went to Gokyo-ri.
Yeah.
I have another great picture. So it was kind of like a big counterclockwise. And then towards the end, you double back what you just went down.
Yeah.
And we actually finished a day early
Oh wow. Yeah. Cool.
because we were hauling. Like, our guide loved us because we were just
Moving.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Gokyo-ri was up to 17,800, I believe. And that's
Yeah.
the best view. So you should finish with that. Some people do that first.
Yeah.
But like the mountains, it is the most gorgeous thing you have ever seen. It was
Oh, I can only
such
imagine.
I want to say like spiritual trip where you could
Yeah.
just look and see these peaks. And they go from summit like to these glacial waterfall. It's not waterfall, these glacial lakes.
Yeah.
And it's just like a sheer peak all the way down. Like it's
That's crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do is when you're hiking in base camp to like the base camp truck or anything out in Nepal, turn around, take a picture. Like
Yeah.
it's a view that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
So every day is amazing views. And you don't see Everest until you're up on it.
Damn. That's wild.
But
Man.
it was cool. I remember the sun coming up on the backside of Everest and you could hear the avalanches
Yeah.
like when the sun's hitting it.
Was that nerve wracking? Like
No, it's always funny because like I like to ski and I go out west once a
okay.
year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I always want to see an avalanche. And I've seen a couple and
Yeah.
I'm
You're
like,
I don't know if I want to see.
yeah, I don't want to see any avalanches. Like I have
I'm
like
gonna pass on that. one.
avalanche gear, but I remember I was out in Big Sky. Oh no, was it Big Sky? Jackson Hole, and we were
Yeah.
going up, but there was another mountain
I've been
where it
out
was
there.
sheer face, and then it was snow, and we're
Yeah.
on the ski lift, and all of a sudden I just see the clouds rise up, and I was like,
Oh,
bro,
dude.
there's an avalanche.
We've hiked in Montana a few times. It's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love going out west.
Yeah, so do I.
But now I need to go a day early because my O2 levels are still jacked up.
Mm.
So like I used to do like CrossFit. Now I can't.
Okay.
And I used to mountain bike.
Yeah, so you can't do like real high intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my threshold
Yeah.
heart rate at like
So
180.
like not a lot of running then.
No, if I run, I'll warm up with a half mile, but
Yeah.
like
Biking, you're good.
light. Cycling, I'm good. I
Yeah.
could cycle all day at that steady heart rate.
Yeah.
Mountain biking, I haven't really done because in New England, it's very
Yeah.
hilly, rocky, and it's a very, which sucks because I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll get an e-bike.
What's your diet like now? Have you changed your diet a lot?
Yeah. So I tried doing. I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
So I'll try to stick with protein,
Mhm.
vegetables. Usually I'll do a shake, try to do clean proteins. I'll do peptides. BPC-157 is a good one for injections and for your gut. The
Yeah.
pills help with gut healing. It's an anti-inflammatory.
Mhm.
I'll do high doses of vitamin C, like tinctures, because vitamin C helps
Mhm.
because I'd say immune compromised.
Right.
Then, I try to eat clean. I mean, there's still days like maybe have a pizza every now and then,
Yeah.
but try to eat clean. But I work out every day too.
Right. Yeah.
So and I'll get on the bike for 45 minutes, and I've been doing the deck of cards workout every day.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm gonna start trying that out. It's a
I
good
did it
way.
today. I
Keeps
think
it interesting.
Today's I've been doing it for 15, 16 days.
Yeah.
So I get a deck of cards. Hearts are squats. Diamonds are push-ups. Spades are lunges or planks. And then, clubs are abs.
Yeah.
And you could buy cards that have workouts, but I just pick 4 suits, pick
Yeah.
4 movements, and doing squats, lunges, planks, abs, and push-ups. Like,
I'm gonna start doing
feel
that
pretty
tomorrow.
good. Yeah.
So it makes it a little fun. You had something.
Yeah.
A little spice to it.
And then you could add stuff, take away,
Yeah.
get creative with it. But as long as you're moving every day, if you get to sweat every day a little bit,
That's a good thing.
it's good. Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
So Got the nonprofit going, rock and rolling. By the way, the truck's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I
So
think it's sweet, dude.
we donated to this guy AJ Lapana, who ended up
Yeah.
former Green Beret, had cancer. It spread. We helped him out. Then it came back. We helped him out again, and his friend's mother worked at a car dealership, Marty's GMC, out in Kingston, Mass. So they reached out. They said, "Hey, what could we do?" And I said, "Well, you could send us money, quarterly, annually, whatever.
Yeah.
Like we need money. We need capital so we can add to people's funds." And I said, "Or you could give us a truck." And I just threw that out there, dude. Like I'll manifest stuff, and sometimes it'll happen.
You don't know until you ask. Yeah.
I go, "Worst they could say." So if I was asking for me, I probably wouldn't ask.
Yeah.
But I'm asking for the nonprofit.
Yeah.
Because at the time I had a 2018 Jeep Wrangler pulling a 16-foot trailer.
Yeah.
That's a 3,000 pound, like over towing capacity where I can't see down the side. I'm like, I felt safer driving in Iraq than I did in my Jeep with this trailer.
Yeah.
So we have a trailer with our t-shirts. That's wrapped. It looks cool. We got cabinets donated from Moduline Cabinets. They gave us a price, and then they were like, "Oh, it's a nonprofit. Like, just come pick it up."
Nice.
So then we outfitted the trailer. It's got a vendor door, so we'll go to events and sell shirts, and that helps with our capital. And a couple months went by after I asked the car dealership, like, "Hey, can you get us a truck?" And Rachel from Marty's called. She goes, "Hey, come pick out your truck."
Yeah.
So we got a 2020 GMC Denali. She goes, "It's got 83,000 miles, but it's got a brand new motor." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll take it." And then friend Brian, who works there, hooked it up where they got the truck wrapped
Yeah.
from, I think it was Luxury Details. And they did a perfect, they had to take lights off and they wrapped the cap of the truck and everything. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
So now we could, like, I drove down here in the truck because we're promoting Thin Blue Ride.
For sure.
We bring it to events. Like I'll bring the truck to an event, or we have that big check and we'll present it to the family member and be like, "Hey, people want to see where the money's going."
Oh yeah.
So get a big ass check, put a number on it, be like, "Yeah, we just donated $6,000. Yeah, we just donated $50,000. Yeah, we just donated $1,000."
Yeah.
And when people see that, and then we get the truck behind us, like that's amazing dealership that they were able
It's
to
really neat,
give
man.
us a
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you gotta ask for things, man.
Yeah. You don't know until you ask, dude. And it's sick looking. Yeah. I pulled in the hotel to pick you up, and I was like, "That's got to be the truck, right there." I think it's sick.
It was cool because they came up with the design of the Thin Blue line.
Yeah.
And then the cog. And then I'm like, "Could you like add some camo to it?"
Yeah.
So I did like a winter urban camo. So when you look at it from the front, the whole truck looks camo.
Yeah.
But then you go to the side, the camo blends into the stripes. I'm like,
Star
dude,
Stripes
it's
is
so
cool.
sick.
It's nice, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's cool.
It's really neat.
So we try to go to events. We're doing a open mat jiu-jitsu thing the end of this month. We're working with GBRS Group, and we're doing a $100 raffle where I'm like, yeah, $100 is a lot for a raffle, but we're also trying to fight cancer.
Yep.
So use it as a donation, and if you win something, cool.
It's a bonus, yeah.
So our GBRS raffle is a 2-day shooting course with them, pistol rifle. That is usually $1,300 for the class, but you get some great stuff with it. Like they pay for the meals. You're learning from DJ Shipley and like tier 1 guys.
Yep.
Then they have a dinner after. So you could win that. You could win their assaulter belt, which is like a $460 belt.
Oh, yeah.
Then they have Flintlock Training Group. This guy, Ben and Nick, they've been running training for, I think, a year and a half, and they've been crushing it. They're going to give away a free training, any of their trainings.
Yeah.
And then fourth prize is 1,000 rounds of 9mm.
Damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So we're going to do the drawing April 1st, and then the class is mid-April. I forget the dates, but it's on our info on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be cool to meet up with those guys and get some stuff going.
That'd be a lot of fun, man. That'd be a good, that's something good to win for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We have a big fundraiser down here every year. It's called Rally for First Responders, and they take in money and donate it to like a number of different first responder organizations in the area, especially, and even like fire departments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like a couple thousand people turn out. So
yeah,
I'll get you the information. Maybe you guys come down, set up at that. It'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like end of May or early June, something like that.
Yeah, so we're also going to start getting into some shooting competitions.
Nice.
We've done a few before. So my buddy Johnny at Hero Down, he raises money for Officers Down,
Yeah.
but they've always helped us out. And another nonprofit, we work with Hunter 7 Foundation. They're an amazing group. So Hunter 7 Foundation deals with veterans with toxic exposure.
Yeah.
And what they do is they have blood tests for vets where they could say, you know, you're at these levels for possibly having colon cancer or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's all about early detection. And that's the thing, like with me, when I was coughing up blood, they're like, there's warning signs that you need to pay attention to because as an athlete, being a police officer, like you've grown up playing sports and doing all this stuff, like you know your body, right? And you know when something's wrong. Typically, we want to push it off because nobody wants to know anything's wrong with them.
Yeah.
But we kind of have this like 2-week rule of like, if you're injured, typically you start to get better after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or if you're sick, you start to get better after a week, week and a half, 2 weeks. But after that 2 weeks is up and something's still
Hasn't
there,
changed,
then it's you need to go get checked, go to the doctors. Not saying it's cancer, but it's something.
Something, yeah.
And again, people don't want to know anything's wrong with them. So they push it off and push it off. And for me, when I get diagnosed, I was mildly sick.
Yeah.
And for me, it was, hey, I'm in New England. It's crappy weather. I feel like crap. And I was pushing it off.
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, the coughing up blood and stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, I did feel like crap.
Yeah.
Like my friend Duclaw passed away from liver cancer. He had shoulder pain. So it's like this stuff that your body's telling you that you have to listen to.
Yeah.
Where go talk to somebody. But not only talk to somebody, you need to be an advocate and get a second opinion too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know, but the chemo meds I was taking was causing hyperostosis.
Mm-hmm.
So my bones were getting thicker in my shin. And I told my oncologist, I said, hey, my legs hurt. He's like, oh, they should only hurt for a little and then it goes away. This is like a year.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, my legs hurt. I'm like, I don't know if it was stem cells. I don't know if it's a testosterone I'm taking because I'm prescribed testosterone.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of what it is. There's so many variables. And he was kind of blowing it off.
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm done taking these meds. My legs hurt so bad. I would wake up every night at 3 a.m. in excruciating pain. I would have to sit in the shower for 45 minutes. Or I recently bought a cold plunge from Redwood Sauna.
Yeah.
I have it outside. I would walk outside, stand in my cold plunge up to my knees.
In the middle of the night.
Until my legs would go numb for like 5 minutes. Then I'd go back to bed.
That's wild, man.
So, and everyone always asks, hey, how you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm like, good. I feel like people want to hear you say good.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not sleeping every night. Like, I'm scared to go to bed at night because I know I'm going to wake up in excruciating pain. Like that's what I want to tell people.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people I would tell that because they'd actually be interested. But some people that, you know, passing by in the hallway, like, hey, how you feeling? Like, oh, great.
Good. Yeah.
But, so I stopped taking those meds. I stopped taking chemo for 2 months, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I felt great, but my leukemia numbers kept rising. So I needed to go on a new chemo drug. So I'm on a new one now. I have to take chemo every day, maybe for the rest of my life, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah.
But what's the other option?
Yep.
So doing that, if my numbers get below a certain point, I could come off of chemo. But, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. It's a time thing. Yeah. You just got to.
Yeah. And that's what sucks too, is like, dude, I'll eat super clean sometimes. I'll work out every day. I'm meditating, doing everything in my power, like, you know, stress-free. Some days just sit at home and chill, do stuff around the house or work on the nonprofit stuff. And it's no matter what you do. Yeah. Like it's just stuff's going to happen.
It's life.
Yeah.
Shit happens to all of us. It's just a matter of what it's going to be, you know?
Yeah.
So, well, dude, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I do have one interesting thing I learned last night.
Yeah.
That you're also a model.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a model
now.
Yeah,
family models.
You modeled on a Jenga box.
Yeah, dude, we're on the Jenga box. It is.
You showed me this thing. I was like, how the hell do you end up the face of a Jenga box?
Dude, it was so
on
funny.
Amazon.
So So our best friends, their kids are like models, and they've done modeling, and they're
Yeah.
in all these commercials and stuff. So as I was out of work of being a cop, I'm like, I need to make some money. I'm like, I could probably make some money doing this modeling thing. So I put in for it. And then they called and like, hey, send pictures of your family. And they were like, oh my God, your children are gorgeous. Your wife is gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we drove to outside of Boston,
Yeah.
and they like dressed us up, and they sat us down, and they were like, all right, so you guys have done this before. And we're like, no. And their faces were like, oh, like we got a bunch of newbies
Total
out here.
disappointment.
So we did it. And I told the kids, I'm like, dude, like you got to be over the top.
Yeah.
So if you look up Jenga, it's the new game where it's on an app.
Oh, we're gonna get
Dude,
pictures
so
of it, and I'm gonna put it on here.
We played Jenga for a couple hours, and they just took pictures. And they paid us for it. They paid the kids for it. And we didn't hear anything for 2 years. And then right before Christmas,
Yeah.
I think it was my son Max, his friend's mom texted a picture like, you're in Walmart. Like, is that Max and Vivi and Kelly and JD?
On a Jenga box.
Dude, it was so funny. So now, like, we're like, oh, they paid us, but they never used us.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden we're on the
It's-
Hasbro Jenga box. It's like all over the country. I'm like, dude, that is the best one. It's the best Christmas gift.
That is absolutely hysterical.
So
dude.
funny.
Like,
And I'm
you
like-
never knew it came out. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
we didn't know, like, they don't tell you.
Imagine walking through Walmart yourself and not knowing
Dude,
it. Like, is that
so
us?
funny. Dude, it's hilarious. And it's like, now we give everyone that gift. And I'm like, we get the
Do
best
you?
family portrait ever. I'm like, that's an iconic game.
That is awesome, dude. I'm gonna put it up here. It's gonna be hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah, dude. I appreciate you coming down, man. I know it's a little bit of a trek,
Yeah.
and I know you got a quick turnaround to get back up north again. But great to hear your story, dude.
Thanks.
Killing it. Yeah, man. Just super glad we had that opportunity to get together.
Yeah, it was awesome. I
Again,
mean,
thanks to Bam for having
yeah,
us both
Bam
on
hooking it
there.
up. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, we'll put the
Um,
link up for the book and everything too, man.
So we have the book on Amazon. And if you like it, please leave a review because, reviews
Yep.
help. But I also started LLC. So there's a website called Resilience Talks for speaking engagements and the book. So if you buy it through the book, I'll mail it, I'll sign it. And then,
Yeah, we'll put all the links up for you. Get it going. Appreciate it, man.
awesome.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks, brother.